What is going on, everybody? Bobby Thigh, Eric Sheets-Haber. Hope you're all having a good Friday. Just a little 3-game slate, nice and not as stressful as some of the other ones we've had to deal with.
You say that, but you I really am of the belief, and I've said this before, that the NBA DFS gods gives you exactly all you can handle. You know, like if it's a 13-game slate, it'll give you like 5 questionables you have to deal with. And then if it's like a 3-game slate, they'll also give you 5 questionables you have to deal with. It just doesn't matter. They always make it just, they don't like make it so that you completely can't play, but it's never a breeze. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, Brendan is saying here in chat, I haven't seen the official update, but that LaMelo, Bridges, and Curry are out for the Hornets. So much for anything else. I'm glad I didn't get to I was so busy today. I didn't get to my early projections. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Yeah, there it is. All right, LaMelo out officially.
And there you have it. Okay.
So we're gonna have to wait for these things to update. Obviously, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, you know, I'll see you later, Bobby. I'll see you Sunday at 2:00. There's literally nothing you can do, right? So who's going to be? I mean, who's going to play?
Good question. I'm going to take a look at see if I can get some sort of an idea from the potential starting lineups.
You're going to get the Blazers as like a favorite, like in a basketball game.
I don't know if we'll go that far. Maybe. Remember, they're missing Ayton, Robert Williams.
Oh, that's right. They're missing all those guys too.
So they're down a little bit too. I think it's gonna be just a game stack of this first game is gonna be the answer.
Who is like active for Charlotte? Let me just.
So Cody Martin is in.
So it's gonna be Misic.
It'll be Misic, Nick Smith, Cody Martin, Mark Williams. Probably those guys. It's probably worth it.
Yeah, I won the Triumphant Warrior Depot. I saw you. You got it. You know, it was in Discord.
What's that?
He's asking how the LOL pool thing.
Oh yeah. Took it down.
So Brandon Miller is out, and Miles Bridges, he's saying, is out. Oh my God.
So it's going to take a minute for these things to update.
So Mark Williams should be like 11K tonight, right? I mean, like.
Well, but it's not like they run like he's great,
no, right?
But it's not like he's like an offense run through guy. He's obviously going to be a good play. And don't get me wrong, but you have Klingon on the other side who's got an incredible projection at 4K only. It's going to be a game stack of that game. I think. I'm just looking at Portland, see if I can find other pieces that. Yeah, I think that you got so. Simons.
Wait, so who's starting here for them? So it's going to be, it's going to be Klingon, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's already shown. I would go out of my way to play some creative Portland stuff, like Shaden Sharp would be one that I would bump the projection up on a little bit, just because I think it's really hard to peg what Portland does night in night out because they really it's a strange form of tanking because. Some nights they let their young guys just play 1 million minutes, and then like the other night they let Scoot play 13 minutes, and they won that game by 1 million. Some nights they let Shaden Sharp play, 35 minutes. Some nights they take him down to 24. But I think it's going to be basically you're going to end up with like at least 3 or 4 from Charlotte, and I think the most natural thing to do will be to run it back with the Portland side.
What a fiesta that game is! I'm telling you, that is going to be amazing.
This is the greatest game in DFS history.
I have to tell Stacy that we can't go out to dinner because that's going to be one of the great basketball games, like all time, where you have like someone's going to. I think someone's going to get 12x. I don't know who it's going to be though. That's the thing.
Levert is out also for Cleveland for what it's worth.
There it is.
Just more stuff to go, and he was looking like one of the best. He was one of the best projections to start the day.
But he's been out. We should have known that. You know what I mean? Like,
we knew that it was a possibility. Actually, he was. But the things I was looking at earlier thought he was going to play. But
okay,
he was. I mean, he was projected like really well. Like, but
you have the top overall projection. I think is Tyrese Maxey, right? Is that the story now?
So in terms of total fantasy points, yes. I think John Moran will be very close.
He's got to be better, right? You could play Moran and DeJounte Murray together if you want to do that.
The only problem, like I just keep seeing the same thing over and over again. I got to double check the game logs, but when Memphis plays bad teams at home, I feel like they win by 40 every time. I don't feel like it's ever even I don't feel like they come out halfway through the third quarter. That Morant's already got his 45, but you don't get any more run.
Right.
So I just feel like I see that happen every single time. And New Orleans is a bad team, but they are better than that's not necessarily true. They're missing still Zion, Ingram, Herb Jones. Oh man. I would really like to avoid, though, for the most part, more of the New Orleans spend ups. Maybe it happens. Maybe they can find a way to keep it close. I don't think I'm betting on it. It's going to be this first game, and let's talk about because we're going to start getting some projections updated in a minute. But
we're going to need starters, right? I mean,
there we go. There's something's happening. They still have LaMelo. They don't even have the ball. They don't even have LaMelo Ball is questionable. That's weird. Now he's out. Well, the starters, I'm pretty sure, are going to be some form of Nick Smith, Martin, Williams.
Not Misic?
Misic will be probably start at the 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mitchell, Smith, Martin, Williams, and somebody?
Mitchell, Smith, Green, Williams, and Okogie, with probably Martin coming off the bench because they like to keep him in that role for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is. And Josh Green, we all know that he can play a million minutes and do nothing. But the problem is he usually plays a million minutes and does nothing with nobody else who creates anything.
Right.
So Mitch is probably going to be like 8x projecting, which means can we maybe take some shots on Kenneth Simpson as a
who's that?
That he's like their 12th man, but he's like their other point guard. So I just think that's going to be what how this slate is. My prediction is that how this slate ends up is going to be based on which guys we get creative with from this early game.
Yeah.
Because we know that we've seen the Misic thing not work, and we've seen it work. It's gone both. Oh, I believe Simpson is available, so that's interesting. KJ Simpson, if he's available, he would be a pivot off of what's going to be like 90% chalk, I guess.
We have Aldama's questionable. I'm looking at other questionables. I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Morant was absent from shoot around.
He might miss, by the way.
Oh, he's missing.
He might.
And then we have Scottie Pippen season.
Then we have Scottie Pippen. That's right. And not to mention the Desmond Bain and Jaren Jackson in a good matchup. Oh Jesus, it will be wild.
Listen, well, the reality is, I mean, if you want to read between the lines here, what you're really supposed to do is not play.
Probably.
But considering we're here, boy, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for these to update because this is definitely not going to be where it ends up.
I mean, you sit there and you put in 7:00 games, and you don't know what's going to happen with Memphis at that time, maybe. And then Morant gets ruled out. You're gonna want Pippen. You are going to want Pippen, but it's an interesting question. Like, Pippen's awesome. I mean, he's a better fantasy producer, obviously, than what's his name, than Misic. But they do have Bain and Jackson both available. It's not like they're totally out of guys. I mean, Okogie, like if we're going to do the Okogie thing, and look, I'm going to end up with some of it because if he ends up starting. What team is he on?
He's on Charlotte.
Oh, he's on Charlotte too?
But like there is so many ways that Okogie and Josh Green can bust.
Oh, for sure.
And they have bodies, by the way. They still have 11 guys. So I would rather try like Cody Martin, maybe even the Diabate. Yeah, they are underdogs. Look at that. Charlotte, a 1-point underdog. Huh. The Trailblazers, this has to be the first time they've been favored on the road all season. There's no way they've been favored.
Since Terry Porter and Drexler were on the team, I think.
Yeah, so Smith, Williams. I feel like these projections are kind of like some of them I feel like they've kind of updated, but I think they just haven't done the full update.
Let's see, what do we got here for Portland? Yeah, someone's got to be projected higher than this for Portland, no?
Than Klingon?
No. Then in general, like someone's got to have like a 40-point projection for the team.
You mean for Charlotte?
I meant for Portland.
Why do they need to have somebody with a 40-point projection?
I don't know. Why should
they spread out everything? That's what I was just saying before. They really, I mean, yeah, somebody probably will score 40 fantasy points, but is it going to be Simons, Avdia,
shoot off the bench?
Kamara's done it. Shaden Sharp has done it. Banton's done it. So it's really hard to know with Portland what they're going to do. Jabari Walker, I don't know what he ended up with. He got off to a ridiculous start last night at like 0. I think he was like point. I don't even know if anybody had him, to be honest with you. He must have been 0.1 or something. This is just a nightmare. Like 4. I mean, this is a 3 gamer with like just like such weirdness. But I do think that like, okay, if you want to leave a spot for a potential Scottie Pippen, what you do is you play Edie, and then because Edie is a fine play anyway, like. And then you use him in utility, and then you can always pivot over to Scottie Pippen. That's what I would say if you wanted to speculate on that Morant being out.
Morant missing shoot around is not great.
And in this matchup too, I mean they're favored by 11, but that doesn't really tell us anything because I think they'd be favored by 11 even without him. Like
I don't. Well, let's go backwards. I except to get like raw points. Like I don't want anybody from Philly except for what that's a decent Paul George play, isn't it? I mean, it's not. It's obviously a shit matchup, but
in a way, it's not though. Cleveland plays a lot faster than they used to. I like that Paul George play for what it's worth. I even forget how he's not been great.
Donovan Mitchell even is only 8,300.
I know. And there's no Leverts again too, which just boosts him and
all these guys, and then all these Ty Jeromes and Max Struses are going to show up again, right?
Yeah. I don't know if those guys will. I don't think you'll get to anybody from. I don't see any reason to play any of the Cleveland others except for to maybe be different because you have just so much value in this first game. But I mean, honestly, I'm still waiting for these projections to update because this cannot be what they have, where they have nobody. So like nobody in Charlotte.
They're just waiting for starters, I think.
Everybody in the teens. But I mean, yeah, fair enough. But I mean, they should be able to speculate that Micic is going to start. That's what they always do.
Let me go to a couple of other sites and see what's going
on. I actually think this might end up being a leave money on the table slate.
It just never is in the NBA. It's like
it never is, but this is the kind that was 3 games. You got nobody projected all that well.
Yeah, so one place has Mitchell starting with 31 minutes and a 29 fantasy point projection. That's probably what we're going to see, right?
That's probably what we will.
And then Nick Smith, 31, same thing. Pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, he's a little more expensive, but yeah.
I mean, as far as like just raw points go, I mean,
yeah, exactly.
They're both at about 28. Let's see the Cody Martin 28. I mean, literally, these all have 28 point projections in some places.
Yeah, something's happening with this. It's not updating.
Mark Williams, I'm seeing 47.
47. That's a pretty ambitious number.
I mean, well, excuse me, he's 47 every day. I mean, like,
no, he does, but like it's of all the guys out, it's not like he's the one receiving all the benefit from it.
Right.
I mean, in some ways he is like, but if you look at, I mean, his numbers and stuff, he blocks 1 million shots. He gets a bunch of rebounds. He did make he did score in the last game. He scored 1 million real life points. So he had 38 real life points against Memphis. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he was getting there. Like he was putting up 50s when he had 12, 13, 14 points. Like, he's going to be a great play too. Wow. So here are the players available for the Hornets: Micic, Nick Smith, Josh Green, Cody Martin, Mark Williams, Josh Okogie, Daquan Jeffries, Taj Gibson, Diabate, KJ Simpson, Isaiah Wong. I really am curious what they're going to do. I mean, they should do something. We should have something by now. It's been 15 minutes.
Josh Green, there's Micic again. How about Musa Diabate?
Okay, here we go. No, it's still not going. Diabate is the backup center, though. That's the problem. It's like the one position they're solid at. I think Okogie will probably start and be pretty popular. I think Josh Green will probably start, and I think it's either going to be Josh Green or Caleb Martin, or I'm sorry, Cody Martin. I probably will side more with the Cody Martin, Mark Williams, Nick Smith, Micic group. And I really think those 4 is like the core plays for the day. And along with Klingon, and even Klingon, you don't have to do it.
Right.
But you could. And And then you've got all the money then it's gonna. So everybody's gonna have the same basic build. I think I think the idea might be to try to get the lower owned Charlotte, like when Brooklyn had the only 8 players available that one night. There was 2 of them off the bench that actually were the two highest scoring, and they were like the 2 single digit owned ones, the only 2 single digit owned ones. All the other ones were like 50% or more. This is a weird slate.
Yeah,
I would really like to see some sort of update though, just so I could talk about like, okay, what can we do? And I do think that the starting lineups I see does have Green and Okogie on NBA.com as the most likely, along with Micic, Smith, and Williams.
Yeah,
they've got bodies. Isaiah Wong is probably worth a flyer as the one that Isaiah Wong or Simpson as the pivots off of what's going to be out like crazy chalk. If you thought what's his name, Saquon Barkley was going to be popular on Sunday, just wait till you see what Micic is tonight.
Yeah,
I really think it's going to be harder to spend your money than you think it is.
You think?
I just think because you're going to end
like you
up
said, like I'm looking at like Paul George. You know what I mean? Like
Paul George.
Yeah, as points guys.
What if Ja is out? Then you just have because Scottie Pippen Jr. could put up like 45 or like his median number might be higher than some of these other guys,
right?
Like Darius Garland or something. All right, so we're working on it, guys, but it's hard to know what to do at this moment. I am lowering my minimum, and it's interesting that SaberSim, the default minimum was and it never gets there, but it was at 42 today, and this now I see. It makes a little more sense now. Why? Oh man. And then even New Orleans is down bodies too. It's just so crazy. But you should really play speculate on a minimum of 3 from Charlotte. I'll play the Klingon myself, and then anybody else from Avdia, Jeremy Grant, Simon, they're all fine. And then you play one of Mitchell or Garland. You play Paul George probably, or John Morant, depending if he plays.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be weird. So I guess we'll see what happens. But I promise I will update to all subscribers in the Discord today when I am done with my what I know I'm going to do, because I have no idea what I'm going to do right now.
Well,
anything going for you in golf, Sheets?
Not really.
I thought I was doing terrible, and then I looked back today, and it's like if you had 5 of 6, you have the nuts.
Yeah, pretty much, huh?
Everybody was terrible.
All right, so let me try something here. And so we're still getting no updates, right? That's the story.
Nothing yet. I'll let you know as soon as we do. Oh, here we go. There's something. Okay, here we go. Mitch is at 8x, Cody Martin at 7.5x, Nick Smith at 6.8x. Yeah, so basically they're all Williams, Diabate, Josh Green, Okogie, Nick Smith, Martin, and Micic are all 6x or better.
Yep.
So I'll tell you what I'm going to do for my builds. I'm not going to change many things. I'm going to trust the Sims and everything. I am going to be overweight Isaiah Wong, Daquan Jeffries, and KJ Simpson.
Isaiah Wong, is he getting a projection at all, or not really?
He's got a little over 5x projection.
Oh, that's something,
Yeah, just as a way to get different, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I make it a little bit higher. 17. Maybe if I make Daquan 16. Maybe if I make Simpson 16. And I bring down Micic to just 20, to just 8x. And I bring down Cody Martin, because he's going to come down if he's not starting, even though he's still going to be a good play. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But maybe 29 is a little ambitious. 28, and then a Okogie at 20. That's where it gets. I'm going to downgrade Okogie's a little bit. Man, this is a wild one. All right, so I'm going to rebuild and see where I'm at with my little tweaks on some of the projections. And I'll talk. I'm playing one lineup on FanDuel. I forgot to enter the other lottery over there.
Let me see. So my point per dollars are, all these 8xers and all this crapola. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So of the top What of the top 11
It's all
players?
It's like I think it's like all from that game almost.
It's just everyone from there. So I feel like Mitch is just probably. It's hard to use the word safe with any of these guys. We've seen Mitch just have like the terrible games in these exact same situations before.
Yeah,
but he's the point guard and he's gonna have the ball in his hands. Cody Martin, we also have seen him fail miserably in these situations at times. We've seen Josh Green do it almost consistently. He does it. Same with Kobe. Like none of these guys ever get there, but somebody's got to. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna rerun and see what I'm getting.
I'll just fire something and see what happens.
Yeah, just see where it goes. I really think this projection, they're bringing it down a little bit on Misic. Down to 7.9x. Yeah, okay. I'm getting as of right now with a few little tweaks, getting 98% Mark Williams, 82% Misic, 75% Cody Martin, and as you'd imagine, like then it's all the spend ups because you have to fill out your salary somehow.
I think the one that's a little fishy. I mean, not fishy, but I don't think that like Mark Williams has to score 50. You know what I mean? Like
but like the only problem is like you said, he does every other night anyway.
He does every night with like a better team around him. You know, like
yeah.
Like
but the other ones he's the only one who actually produces ever. Like none of the other guys do anything. They play defense, and that's pretty much it.
Let's see what I'm getting. So when I run this, I mean, obviously I'm getting like 100% of all these guys. I'm getting 100 of like Misic, Williams, and Martin. You know, like
yeah.
And I can't do that. I mean, I could. I mean, it's a stupid 3-game slate. But I could.
Mean, yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find any other things there. It gave me 0 of a Kogi in my last run, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
Which is, I guess that would be the fade that they'd be making. But
do we know if Aldama is in even?
I don't think it means anything if he does.
Well, I'm getting 75% right now.
Oh, of Aldama, just of him as a play, because you need to spend some extra salary. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Why are you getting so much of him though? I don't know if he's in.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we'll know that. Well, maybe we will. I don't know. Aldama is always just like a flyer play for me. Like it's just you never know with this team. They're so good and they're so deep that you really don't know which guy it's going to be on a given night. Aldama's put up a combined 17 fantasy points over his last 2 games. The 2 games before that, he put up 80. So it is interesting that Sabersim seems to love Aldama today. And we don't have a starting lineup. So Santi Adamo is ruled out. John Morant ruled out. At least we got the news.
No, that's great. So Morant is ruled out. Okay, this is no problem.
Yeah, so now we're going to get Scottie Pippen, I guess.
What do we project him at? I mean, like,
it's going to be an interesting conversation because
what's his price?
He's 3,700.
He's going to project for 30, isn't he? I mean, like
probably close, yeah. But I'm not 100% sure. They don't have to start him. They could start Luke Kennard and have Desmond Bane be the point guard. Like there is some fluctuation with that one, and they've got a lot of bodies even without Aldama. Not as many as they usually do, but yeah.
Santi Aldama and John Morant has been ruled out. That's the story.
Yeah, and I think that where does this leave Klingon? I'm not getting too much Klingon. Where does this leave?
I mean, Klingon for Portland. You mean okay?
Yeah, because they're missing their other centers, and then you've got Edie, who's 4K. Yeah, that's a little. Jesus Christ. I honestly think once you build sheets, you're going to see that some lineups are going to have money left on the table.
Yeah,
because there's going to be some of these. I mean, we're going to see the near 10xers or whatever. Let's just make sure they're not up to anything else. And my guess is once they confirm that Micic is starting, that you're going to see even more of it. I just would like to make sure I get a little Isaiah Wong, I just want a little bit of these other guys who could it could be their night, you know? We've seen the KJ Simpson thing before. Okay, we can do that.
Jalen Wells could be a play.
Jalen Wells. I don't think we could do Jalen Wells. I couldn't live with myself if I did on this slate. I like him as a real player, but like it just makes no sense to like he might just get there because he sometimes does. But it's not like he's a really good basketball player. He could play and have 7 fantasy points tonight. These other guys, there's just no way that they can do that because they're going to score points. I think maybe they won't. All right, let's take a look here. All right, they updated something. It's not they didn't update enough. Oh, yeah, I guess Brandon Clark looks okay. Okay, they're doing it again.
This is one they updated Memphis guys.
Brandon Clark's got a better projection than he did before, but not enough to where you need to play him or anything.
By the way, you're 100% correct. By the way,
money on the table.
Yep.
I think it's just going to happen.
Yep.
Like 2,000, right? Okay, 1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Not like 5.
Oh no, nothing like that. But
okay. I mean, let's just take a look at the highest projected players in the slate overall. There still are enough spend ups, but I mean, these guys are barely projected better than a lot of these spend downs, and I think that's going to change even if Scottie Pippen is in fact starting tonight. So for what it's worth, NBA is projecting that Luke Kennard starts tonight, not Scottie Pippen Jr. I think Pippen's an incredible tournament play, but he's probably not going to project nearly as well as these guys. All right, guys. Any questions or thoughts? Because I don't know what else to talk about really with so little going on, and we've got all these people in here. Thanks a lot, guys. Please click the like button while you're at it. We're doing this for free. Let's click the like button. And a reminder: if you want to do the trial, now is the time to do it because you got the NBA coming, the NFL coming up on Sunday, and that 3-day trial will be in there. You'll be able to use the ultimate stuff. So this is the best time as ever that we've had. So. Yeah. All right.
Because Aldama is out. I was wondering why Clark would be getting such a bump there.
Yeah. So Mark Williams, this has got to be the first time in Mark Williams' career that he's the highest projected player on the slate.
Is he the highest raw points guy now?
Yeah, raw points, 45.
I don't know.
I mean,
is he ready for that?
Dude, he's been doing it every day.
I know, but now he's like the cover boy. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing one of like 6 pivots at center. You know, like
there's a ton of pivots at center. That's for sure. But like,
no, what I meant is there was one thing when he was one of 6 pivots at center. Oh. Now he's the man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, are you ready to be the hunted? You know, it's
yeah.
In DFS, man, that's tough business. You know, I remember those days I said the same thing when Corey Joseph was chalk and stuff like that, you know, like.
But Corey Joseph was Mark Williams is like a real stud. Like he's like a great player. Corey Joseph is just a role guy. Mark Williams is like, I love this guy so much, and I'm kind of annoyed the secret's out on him. You know, I thought I could maybe squeeze out some more wins or something with him totally hidden. I mean, his game log is just absolutely incredible. They literally lifted his minutes restriction, and all he's done is put up 52, 57, 54, 40, and 58. Yikes. They might be under projecting him at 45. 45 might be low. That's wild, though, that he's the top projected scorer on the slate.
All right, well, this is a ridiculous slate. I can't. I'm never going to figure it out from dinner, which is where I'm going to be when more news comes out. So I'm officially tapping out. I'm going to put something in.
Yeah.
The smartest thing I ever did. I'm not putting anything on stakings tonight. It's literally throwing money in the trash can. Which, with that said, obviously I'm going to win now and all that stuff. But nonetheless, I will see you Sunday.
Okay, buddy.
By the way, look out tomorrow. Some really weird content you're going to see tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a live lineup build of the soccer slate at like 9:30 in the morning, and then like one of like the LEC slate at like 11 a.m.
Nice. Okay.
No one's going to be there, but I'm going to be there. So
if I can pop in, I will. I just got this lot of stuff I got to take care of tomorrow. We're moving up stuff in the house where we feel settled enough with the fires to where I can finally unpack a little.
Right. All right. I'm going to go. I'll talk to you.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. I'll stick around, guys, for a minute, but because I just want to see what these projections update. But I'm gonna guess that it's. I mean, it literally is gonna be all the first games. You're gonna end up leaving money on the table. I would say trust the Sims tonight. I will upload my projections. This Kogi projection feels a little bit ambitious. He's the one I would maybe be a little bit under on, but it's hard to acknowledge that he's a good play. Like, I'm just talking about anything you can to do to get different today is the way you got to try to go. And please hit the like button for us. We really do appreciate it. I'll just show you guys show you guys one more build before I do get out of here, because it's just so weird. This is just this slate is ridiculous. I mean, let's just get it together, NBA. Let's make some rules. Let's change some things. I put the wrong screen here. Sorry. Let's change some things and let's actually do like something that's good for everybody. And like, I don't know, you have to be right a certain number of times or you lose your second round pick. You can't lie about whether somebody's playing or not. It just gets so stupid. And they're always, it's gotten stupid. I'm not going to complain anymore, but that's my last complaint. So here's where I'm at. I'm going to rebuild. I did do a couple min maxes, and as you can see, I changed a few projections just to try to see if I could find a way to get a little bit off it. I might even go back to them in a minute. Don't use Goldie's projections for NBA tonight. He is out tonight, so he will not be updated. And Sheets is going to be out to dinner. So I would suggest using the SaberSim projections for basketball. Every other sport, I would, in general, use Goldie and Sheets' projections as a way of getting different. That's what I would say. And remember, like, we have this great trial. You guys get to see everything exactly that I do. For those of you guys, maybe it helped some people on Sunday. Maybe it didn't. But okay, so here we do have a starting lineup. But I did post all of my exact exposures before winning the million. Anyway, Hornets are starting Mitchich, Smith, Green, Martin, Williams. So Okogie's numbers are going to come way down. You're still going to, don't get me wrong, you're still going to play some of them. They're going to probably end up with some of them, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as high. Maxey, Gordon, Oubre, George, Yabusele. Well, I believe that's what I had. Yeah, that is what we had. All right, so we got to rebuild again because we got a starting lineup, but let's wait till they update the starting lineup. You know what? I'm just going to probably get out of here too, because this is not the best content I can ever do, but just to say where it's at right now, we'll run the Sims, but everything's going to change once they see the Charlotte starting lineup. You're going to see less Okogie, more Cody Martin. I would encourage you now to play more Okogie. that's I'm trying to find any way to pivot, and I can't seem to find it. See, this is not real exposures. They haven't run the Sims yet. You're gonna end up seeing like 90% on all these schmoes. Wow, less than I would have thought. Okay, maybe I've got to go back to. So now I'm going to undo my thing because I want to see what they project with, and then I'll make my next decision. Anyway, I will update it in the Discord for everybody who's a site member. Please hit the like on your way out. This slate is really wild, and let's make some money this weekend though. We got this basketball slate, a little 3-gamer. All right, we'll figure something out. And then we've got the the football, our last big weekend of football. So other than the Super Bowl, obviously. So yeah, of course, still one of Garland or Mitchell. Yeah, you're going to need to spend money somewhere. It's going to be hard to fill out your salary and have a lineup that makes sense. There's too much value out there. So good luck, everybody. I hope you guys crush it. And hopefully we see some screenshots tonight. I will post my exposure very shortly in the Discord once I settle into what I'm actually going to do.